about the third party stuff like they man.
Most people, they have hopes and dreams, man. You know how it go. What's up, guys? Look at here. Look at here. Yes, the Ashen one, the Ashen Lucario, the Ashen Luca. It's me. I'm here for another episode of the show. Back from Thanksgiving break. Yay! Yay! Yeah, that's correct. What's up,
Yeah.
guys? What's up, True Virgil, King Metrotron, Lionel? What's up to my babes? What, Soma? What? Why is your icon that?
Why's my icon what?
Okay, whatever. So what's up, Singer? How's it going, buddy?
What's up? It's going great, playing games out here.
Sweet,
And enjoying these this Twitter.
Playing games, not Twitter.
Well, yeah, playing games, but also watching Twitter because it's hilarious.
Nice. All right, what's up, John the Don, Black Dragon? What's up? GTA 6 is looking fire. Okay, well, no spoilerinos. We gotta wait. I'm gonna wait for the official trailer. Okay, catch us live. Discuss. Hi, we're live. Oh, okay, yes. Somo, I shared a link to DPS the other day. And where it said like, is Xbox tax real or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think someone quote retweeted me and they were like explaining how the Xbox tax isn't real in my quote retweet. And I'm just looking at it like, this isn't me. This isn't me talking about this. This is me hosting someone's show. So why are you saying, well, actually, like, bro, like, what? This is not about having a conversation. I am tweeting a show. I'm tweeting the show out in support of my homeboys. All right? But,
interesting.
Yeah.
This is like 2 weeks ago? Because I think, oh, no, it had been Thursday because, yeah, that's funny.
So, yeah, I was just like, what? I don't know what's going on with any of that. But anyway, we can just get it popping. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So something very odd has been going on. Something a little bit sinister has been going on with Bethesda. I don't know if you've heard of it, okay? But Bethesda has been responding to reviews on Starfield.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Interesting.
Where have I been? I did not know that. So they've been responding to reviews where?
Steam.
Like on Steam reviews?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. I've had to look. Yeah. Someone in the Discord mentioned that to me. Is that
so?
Yeah. Replying on Steam.
This just I'm gonna keep it a stack. This tells me that people in this community do not watch or listen to YouTubers who actually talk about gaming stuff, because I saw at least 4 YouTubers I'm sub to bring this shit up. All right. So, because this is a topic that should have been on every pony's fucking mouth. All right. It should have been on every pony's fucking mouth, but it wasn't. You know why? Because they were too busy playing the drama spaces and not watching these fucking YouTubers. Okay. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and discuss this. So Bethesda is responding to negative reviews of Starfield on Steam. All right. So Bethesda has taken the unusual step for a AAA video game maker in responding to negative reviews. All right. So this was spotted by Project Zomboid developer Andy Hodgetts and flagged in the tweet. Representatives of the Microsoft-owned company, they had to throw that in. They are like, they're owned by Microsoft. I'm letting y'all know this, right? Have been replying to the negative reviews on Valve's platform since early November amid Starfield's mixed user review of 69%. Woo! So, this is a review, all right, where it says, let's see here, boring and overrated. There's a wide universe to explore. Okay, wait a second. Is this a review? This sounds like a review. Okay. Boring and overrated. This is a wide universe to explore filled with mostly with empty planets. I understand they have to do that to sell you on the idea that this is a whole universe, but that doesn't make the game more fun. You can land on any planet and explore the copy-pasted locations. You will see the exact same locations from one end of the universe to the other, and everywhere in between. A hodgepodge of messy, slapped together mechanics, bloated skill trees, exploring, crafting, base building, an RPG, an FPS, a space opera. Starfield doesn't know what it wants to be. As wide as the ocean and as deep as a puddle. You can explore everywhere, but why would you want to? A pretty scathing review. A scathing review, you know? So, this review sparked a response from someone called Bethesda Kraken developer who signed off their post as coming from Bethesda customer support. Greetings! Thank you for taking the time to leave a review for Starfield. We are sorry that you do not like landing on different planets and are finding many of them empty. Some of Starfield's planets are meant to be empty by design, but that's not boring. Okay? When the astronauts went to the moon, there was nothing there. They certainly weren't bored. The intention of Starfield's exploration is to evoke a feeling of smallness in players and make you feel overwhelmed. You can continue to explore and find worlds that do have resources you need or hidden outposts to look through. To provide feedback to development for Starfield, please feel free to submit your feedback using this form here. Never stop exploring. All right? So it's a pretty stock response and quotes Ashley Chang's Bethesda's managing director, who uttered the phrase, "When the astronauts went to the moon, there was nothing there. They certainly were not bored." And a New York Times feature published ahead of Starfield's September launch. Here's a more recent response, again from the busy Bethesda Kraken to a negative review. The reviews from a player that has 76 hours on record saying, "This story is as generic as it gets and the gameplay gets boring. I wish there was a reason to even bother exploring planets and building outposts. Everything is fun until you do it once, and it's all a repeating, soulless chore." This was the developer's response posted November 27th, the same day as the review. Greetings! Thank you for taking the time to leave a review for Starfield. You can fly, you can shoot, you can mine, you can loot. Starfield is an RPG with hundreds of hours of quests to complete and characters to meet. Okay? Rhyming motherfuckers? I know that's right. Most quests will also vary on your character's skills and decisions, massively changing the outcome of your playthrough. Is that true, fellas? Is it massive?
No.
Try creating different Asher opposite of your previous character. You will feel like you were playing a totally different game. Put points in different trees or different skills from a character you've previously created, and you are now faced with completely different decisions to make and difficulties to encounter. There are so many layers to Starfield that you will find things you never knew were possible. You never knew were possible after playing for hundreds of hours. Even after completing the main story, your adventure doesn't end. You can continue on to New Game Plus to keep exploring Starfield and all that's out there. Never stop exploring.
Yo, this is like copy and paste, because I'm actually in Steam looking at a response to a review, and the whole part about after you complete the main story, you can go back into New Game Plus, like word for word, it's the same thing. That's it. And this in the response in this other review.
You actually have to.
Man,
Steam is different from Metacritic. People can see how many hours you have when you're posting a review, and it's linked directly to your account. So you actually have to play the game before you can leave a review. All right.
That is very true.
Yep.
Which is something Metacritic should fucking implement, but whatever.
Right. And so if someone tries to leave a fake review in Steam, everyone could then point and laugh at the liar who spent money on the game and then just made a review after only playing the game for 20 minutes. Like, we see you. So like there's one here where this guy played the game. He has 75.1 hours on record, and he said, "I played for 75 hours because I need the dopamine fix. Looking back, it's a boring story in a boring world. I also cannot get over the one mission I thought would be awesome, finding a ship launched from Earth 200 years earlier with the offspring of the original crew finally finding humanity, and they have the same exact computers with the same exact operating system on their ship as the rest of the universe that's far, far advanced. Why?
Yeah.
And then Bethesda Flacco Yamaka, which is a developer, Bethesda responded with literally very much the same exact responses that you had just
greetings and salutations.
Hi, we appreciate you taking the time to provide your review, and sorry to hear that you did not enjoy your time in Starfield. If you feel things are getting boring, there is so much more to do than just the main mission. There are many side missions where you can learn about the people and the story of Starfield. You can take time to explore various planets for resources and items. Break the law by smuggling and selling contraband. Build your own outposts and starships and customize them to your enjoyment. I'm like, wow, it's pretty cringe. It has 221 comments kind of going in on it, which is pretty funny.
Yeah, and you can see it says a developer responded at November 28th, 7:57 a.m. Like, dude, it's telling you, like, the developer. They're linked. They're fucking linked, and you can click view response. This is an official Bethesda fucking developer, according to this shit. And they are going around cucking about in these fucking replies, trying to convince people who have 75 hours, which is more than adequate enough time, that actually you weren't playing the game properly. You didn't play the game correctly, okay? Your feelings, your issues are not valid because you didn't play it correctly. Not even fully addressing what this person said. What they said was fucking valid. You're right. Why does it have the same kind of technology from 200 years ago now? The technology from fucking 10 years ago is not the same. 20 years ago. You know?
Exactly.
It's not the fucking same. Now, shit's fucking ridiculous, dude. I cannot believe that they're actually doing this. But you know what? I actually can believe it. Because this kind of ridiculousness, this kind of PR kind of babble, okay, is not unique to Bethesda. All right, like they're not the only ones to do it, and this is not the only time they've done something similar. Okay, Lord, what is this man's name? So, Pete Hines, like, you know, right before he fucking dissipates into the fucking dissipated into the wind, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pete Hines is very much someone who he wanted that fucking smoke. Okay, he wants the smoke 24/7. 24/7. He's someone, if you say something dumb as fuck, he's gonna be like, yeah, shut up. All right, mind your fucking business and keep your goddamn fucking mouth shut. All right, is basically what Pete Hines did. Okay, using hyperbole, obviously, but basically during the Fallout 76 situation, Pete Hines he came out and he defended that shit. He defended that shit, you know what I'm saying? Despite the backlash, which was very much deserved in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
He came through and defended it. And then also, when it came to the Creation Club, he defended that criticism as well against the paid mod concept. Like, mods, the appeal of mods is that you don't gotta fucking pay for them. But Pete in 2017 was just like, listen, they're more like mini DLCs. He was cucking about, man.
Yeah, and how are you gonna monetize the work that other people did to fix your game?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, what?
The crazy thing I got about this isn't the first time a developer has responded on Steam. I've seen it before. Like, some indie developers do it and whatnot. Some people do get
indie developers.
But this is the thing. It's like, it's a mixed game. So obviously, half the people liked it, half the people hated it. So some people found enjoyment, some didn't. But that's the way it goes on Steam. If your game doesn't resonate, they will inform you your game does not resonate. Now, it's mixed, so it's not all bad. It's not like it's being completely trash, because there's people who like it. I like the game. But there's people who don't vibe with the game, and that's perfectly fine. But they keep posting these stupid-ass responses, and it's like, you know your game is just, it's mixed reviews. It is what it is. So You're just gonna
Yeah.
have to deal with it
Roll
and
with
do
the punches,
better.
man. Roll with the punches.
And also bear in mind some of these negative reviews. Bear in mind, it is kind of, you have to take them with a grain of salt, because once the mods get all into the game, give it a couple of years, they're gonna be back on the game. So the negative review will be for now, and then watch it like 2 years, and they'll be back on the game because there were all these fantastical things. It always happens, but some games just get completely nuked, and this game got mixed reviews, and rightfully so, because people didn't vibe with it. And the one thing the Steam community will be is honest with your game. If your
That's
game is
true.
trash, you will know your game is trash. And when I see a mixed review, I pause and go, I'm not going to buy that game, because clearly I understand what mixed means. So,
You know, I think that
Can I get the super chat real quick, though?
yeah, go ahead.
Shout out to Clifton. How you doing, baby? Saying, hey, Queen, love the show, boo. Appreciate you, boo. Haven't seen you in a while. What's up?
So
What's good? Like,
um
I haven't seen you vibing in the chat. What's up, Nautical? Good to see you, buddy.
What it do? What it do?
All right,
So,
go
man.
ahead. Still.
I would have. I mean, like it's cringe, especially the actual responses make it worse, because the actual responses aren't really addressing what the reviews are saying. For example, the one where the guy's talking about the specific mission, where there were, you know, like explorers who had left Earth 200 years ago. And because their technology was so outdated, it took them forever to get to their destination. And by the time they got there, I mean, like on the surface, it seems like a great idea. By the time they got to the planet they were trying to colonize, technology advanced so far that now the entire galaxy has been colonized, and they're just late and outdated. And they're not even the same people who left Earth. They're like the descendants of those people. On the surface, it seems like a great idea. But then you play that mission, and I agree with one of the reviews, well, one of the responses to the Bethesda response there, because it absolutely kind of encapsulates the frustration with that mission, because it's so poorly written, and it doesn't really give you the level of freedom that you would like to have. So, like, the person says, like, I absolutely hated that mission. It's so stupid. The captain of that ship told me that in no uncertain terms that they had a quote unquote rightful claim to that land, the planet, and that they intend to fight for it because a corporation has taken over that planet while they were traveling. And that corporation owned the planet, and they're just like, we ain't giving it up. So then he goes on to say, then I talked to the corpos that own the land and come back with their response, which is, you can live there, but only as serfs. Considering the captain had just 15 minutes earlier told me about how they intended to fight for their rightful claim on that land, I expected the next part of the mission to be chasing out the corpos. Nope. Oh, slavery sounds good, actually. We'll take that deal. And look, that was my response when I played that. I was like, wait a minute, what? You don't want to fight? I'm ready to kill these people. But they were just like, oh no, it's fine. We'll be your little like indentured servants. It's just like, wait a minute, you just said you wanted to fight for your planet, and now you're not doing that. It's just like the writing it ain't BioWare, okay? It ain't BioWare writing.
BioWare. Clarify.
Old school BioWare. It's new school BioWare. It's new school BioWare. That's some you know, current day 2023 BioWare writing right there.
And the thing with Bethesda, they need to understand and they need to remember that they are living in a post Witcher 3 world, okay? They're living in a post Cyberpunk 2.0 world, all right?
they're
Currently
living in
now.
a post. They're living in a post because a lot of people, this won't be relevant to console folks, but post Divinity Original Sin, post Pillars of Eternity, post Pathfinder series, post. Now, a lot of these games, people be like, I have no idea what the hell that is. Trust me, PC folks know what that is, and they are 90 plus rated. They are all very overwhelmingly positive games, and everyone absolutely adores them. Now
These
you
are
have
games
all these
known for their writing, okay? Their storytelling, okay?
But
Compelling
it comes
characters.
up short when you compare it to, like, you look at the companies that all the games I just mentioned, right? You think about it: Obsidian, masterclass in writing; In Exile, fantastic writing; Owlcat, fantastic writing. Larian, fantastic writing. Bethesda, mediocre ass writing. Like in a world
Yeah.
where Western RPGs are to a level and people expect that level because all these games released before Starfield, apart from Baldur's Gate 3. So you need to live up to the expectation, and they just never did it. That's weak ass writing. What can you do?
It's
Yeah.
like they need to hire some better writers at this point because people aren't vibing with it, baby. People are
They need
not
to get
vibing with it,
Obsidian to go write this
unfortunately.
story for them.
Well, I mean,
Pinch-
they can do that now since they're all under one umbrella.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, what's up,
It just further
Rex-Man?
proving what I said, that Obsidian is like the better version of Bethesda Game Studios. But
Well,
What's up,
they
Brian?
are.
What's up, little sad boy Blue? Black Dragon was good. Iman, Leaky, John, Upchuck. Okay, so what's up, boys? How y'all doing today? Go ahead.
Well, to that point though, Slomo, look at Fallout 3 New Vegas versus Fallout 3. Right, Obsidian and Bethesda. Then look at the Outer Worlds and Fallout 4. Like, the Outer Worlds is on a budget. That is a game on a budget, but that writing is so much better. Like,
yeah,
that story is like in the DLC, The Murder on Eridon. And you know what the funny part is? That isn't even Obsidian's main writers. That's the secondary writers. That ain't Josh Sawyer. Josh Sawyer was working on Pentiment. So, Obsidian's in a completely different league to Bethesda.
yeah. You can see it from the very first quest line with how that turned out with the settlers and then the people. Well, the person that was running that city and them trying to get you to find a way to get the people to come back to work in the factory, and those people out there who wanted new leadership, and just all the various ways that you could resolve that conflict was just so well done. It's a different level of writing, man. It's better. Obsidian is, I think when it comes to the quality of Xbox Studios, they're like top 3. And I think they're kind of proving that so far. We even being able to do other games that a lot of people don't really care for, like Grounded, but it's a survival game, and people who like survival games think it's really good. It just they're kind of above. You couldn't imagine Bethesda Game Studios doing anything that isn't just a Fallout / Elder Scrolls kind of RPG, really.
What up, AK the Hero? Yeah, what's up, Virgil? Appreciate you, Amon. Yeah, okay, yeah. What do you think, Nautical? If you'd like to add your thoughts. If not, that's okay too.
Man, honestly, so most companies, I ain't gonna say all companies, because some companies do give you, actual person responses and stuff like that, or real responses, but all that stuff seemed like it was like a bunch of canned responses to whatever was being talked about. I agree with Slomo. They weren't really addressing some of the things that people had issues with, especially when you can see that these aren't just run-of-the-mill people that have like 2-3 hours in the game. They got 70 plus, a lot of them. But I when I saw and I heard about it, I was like, do you really didn't think anything about it? Just because, what is the job of a company when they're talking about their product? The one thing that we can say is it's not like reviews are being like suppressed or anything. They're just going out and having conversation and telling people about, they're responding to those things.
Can you imagine if they did try to suppress them? Oh, that
yeah.
First of all, they wouldn't be able to.
They wouldn't be able to because it's not their platform.
Crazy.
It's Steam. It's Steam's platform.
Yeah.
So, but it's just a fact, like, as long as nothing like that's going on, it's fine. I don't have a problem with them going out there, doing either saying it with, real people saying it, or, having canned responses and stuff like that. Cause, especially when you got a huge game like this, where it's going to be tens of millions of people that's going to play it over the course of his lifetime, or especially at launch. This is one of the very, first IPs from Bethesda in like dang near over a decade. it wasn't really a big deal to me. I mean, I can understand how some people look at it like, oh my God, they're out here defending this, or they're doing responses about that. But I mean, what do you expect them to do? It's just like any other company, in their eyes, they make the best game they could possibly make. And if people are out there attacking it or saying this is wrong, it's their job to go out there and say, oh, okay, well, these are the reasons it's not like that. People can believe that if they want to, but just like they have the ability to respond to people's criticisms if they want to. So it wasn't a big deal to me, but just a lot of that type of stuff don't bother me anyways, because corporations do that all the time.
I don't think corporations respond to users about their negative reviews all the time. I feel like that's
no. I'm just saying they just respond to reviews in general. Like if you go to Amazon right now and people put up negative reviews about a product they bought, you'll see multiple message threads.
You mean in general, just
in
like
general,
in general businesses.
Yeah, businesses do
not
that.
The gaming space, the general.
Yeah, just general
Gotcha.
space. I mean, I don't. When I look at something like that, people do like to separate. Well, this is the gaming space. I'm like, well, no. I mean, they're a corporation just like anybody. They're a company just like anybody else. They're going to defend their product, and they're going to do things. They're going to say things to make their product look as good as possible. Most of the time, it's based around, if it's something that's wrong with a product, they'll say, well, let's see if we can get it. It's easy when a person says, if you bought something and it was broken and it's out of warranty, and they'll be like, well, you know what? Thanks for replying and telling us about your situation. Reach out to our customer support at this email address and we're going to get you taken care of. Those are things where they say, their customer service is spot on. It goes above and beyond, because they're actually getting what they want. When you're talking about a piece of art that they built, there's nothing they can really do about it because it's already out there in the public for people to see. So ultimately, the only recourse they could say is if it's something that's really busted in the game, they could tell people like they could offer refunds or anything like that. But when it comes to like the overall way that the game plays or the things that they expect it to be in the game that's not there, then they're going to have responses like, well, yeah, these things are there. It may not be exactly. You might get a crazy response like, oh yeah, the moon. They went to the moon, but the moon wasn't boring. They had a lot of fun on the moon. But those are all little silly things, but it didn't bother me as much. But I understand how some people kind of feel about it because it's just something you're not used to seeing inside of the gaming sphere.
All right, I'm responding.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, I was about to respond too because I'm just like, I'm still waiting for him to tell me what's missing from Cyberpunk that makes it not an RPG. Because like you're just saying examples of other games that you also don't think are not RPGs, but you're not.
He said it's not an RPG.
Right, he is not defining what about Cyberpunk is not an RPG because everything that is that you see in RPGs is present in Cyberpunk.
That game literally starts as an RPG when you are asked to create your character. You from the scratch, it is made in the image that you wanted. So you're role playing a character that you created and following a narrative that they tailor made for you. But it's still a narrative that you have consequences in, and you also have the ability to upgrade stats and stuff like that, and put things where you want them to be. It's like the antithesis of an RPG.
Yeah, a shout out to what's up, Mr. Joanna Dark? What's good, baby? Okay, so here's the thing. Listen. We have discussed this twice already.
Yes.
For long form.
Yeah.
Long form discussion. We spent at least an hour and a half each episode when we talked about this. We're not doing it a third time. All right. Nope. Feel however you feel. We're not doing it again, baby. We're not fucking doing it again. All right. There's other shit to talk about. We're gonna move on. All right?
So we're not gonna fall in this trap.
I've already explained it in depth like twice now, and I'm never gonna do it again. Like, if you don't know what an RPG is, that's just on you. Go educate yourself. Go watch a few YouTube videos, maybe.
Watch our episodes where we
don't watch no old YouTube videos. Those people may not know what they're talking about either.
Man,
I mean, there's a good video from the devs of the 80s who started the RPG genre.
Well, it was if you're gonna go there, but they're not gonna go there. They're gonna go to their favorite, YouTuber that says that certain things are not RPGs.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. He's gonna believe Black Dragon? I just want to make sure I'm saying. He's gonna believe whatever he wants, and that is perfectly okay. diverse opinions here, even if technically they're wrong. Okay, anyway, moving on.
Opinions matters, Luca. They still
No,
matter.
ma'am.
And
No.
I will agree. I do think the RPG term is watered down, but they still apply it to these games. So
Yeah,
right,
it's
no,
watered down, but it's not watered down to Cyberpunk. There is no RPG out there that anyone considers to be a hardcore RPG that Cyberpunk does not also have those same elements to. And I just made a response in the chat detailing what I've done in Cyberpunk. And there are other games that are considered to be RPGs that gives me far less actual like agency over my player. So go on.
Well, you know,
All
right,
right,
so
you would
real
have been
quick,
better off
shout
saying
out to my
Spider-Man
boy
2 wasn't one.
Rodimus dropping a month pass for. Oh Lord have mercy, bitch! Can you read?
Game Pass
Dropping
Ultimate.
a month Game Pass Ultimate code. Thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate you. You know what you
That's
guys
what's
should
up.
use on that code? You should use that code, whoever gets it. You should use that code to play Remnant from the Ashes 2. Or Remnant 2. What is Remnant?
Remnant from the Ashes is the first one, not 2.
Yeah, and then
Yes.
and Remnant 2 is just Remnant.
Remnant 2.
Damn, I should have
Yeah.
added
Yep.
something to it. Anyway, go ahead and play Remnant 2. Okay. Me, Slow-Mo, and Nautical, all right. We played that game together, beat the game 3 times. Okay, we beat it 3 times. Okay, we beat it 3 times.
You got to say it 3 times.
Got 41 hours, and I have 41 hours, 32 achievements. You know what I'm saying, baby? You know,
that game's fire,
game's
bro.
fucking awesome. If you have
Yeah.
friends, play it with some people that you know. It's fun. It's a lot
I
of
would
fun.
recommend playing the first one first because I kind of feel like the improvements they made with 2 would make you kind of not. Some people may not want to play the first one once they start playing it because 2, like there's certain things that are just better in 2 compared to 1. But like play 1, which is a very very good game, and then play 2. I would say.
I agree.
Oh, I think I played it on normal. No, I say play the first one so you can see the differences. And the first one has things. Is the story good? No. Is the
No.
level design good? Absolutely. There were times where me and Slow-Mo were bickering. We were
Because we were lost.
bitching at each other, dude. It was bad. We were lost. Yeah. And one day he got frustrated. The next day I was frustrated. Like, it was bad. Like, I definitely wanted to choke out these fucking developers. But the boss fights were fun. The weapons were awesome. And
You have RNG in the boss
experience was
fights.
great. It was just it was fucking awesome, dude. It was a great experience. So play the first one and then play Remnant 2. Another awesome experience. I think they improved so much with Remnant 2 compared to 1, especially in terms of level design. Definitely did not want to kill anyone because of the levels. So
yeah. They I think there's less RNG in the bosses in Remnant 2 compared to Remnant 1, but there's actually RNG in just the worlds in general. So, for example, there'll be this one world that's very similar looking to Bloodborne, and Forte's world was different than Luca's, where Luca had like a completely separate boss to fight in a separate place to fight that boss, whereas Forte had like a haunted mansion with like this poltergeist woman that was just jumping out of walls at us and
in
stuff.
The ground and stuff.
Yeah, it was wild, and it's just like it's so different that like you literally, in order to really like see the entire game, you gotta play it multiple times. So
yeah, it's pretty dope.
Pretty awesome.
It So let's see here. All right, so let's go ahead. Do you have any smoke for the ponies, Singer?
About
For Phil Spencer, Mr. Spencer, or Xbox?
the third party. Yeah. Because first of all, it has to be said their messaging is absolutely awful because they keep getting mixed messaging. That's why we end up in these situations. But also, shout out to the ponies for running with this whole they're going third party. Even when you look at see what they did was the clip of what Tim Stewart said. They cut it at a certain point. They don't include the other context below it. Because when you read the context below it, you could clearly see it's talking about Activision. Now, we know Activision games are everywhere. Now, if you could say, well, they're putting COD on PlayStation, they got Minecraft on PlayStation, they're a third-party publisher. Well, PlayStation, Destiny 2 is on Xbox. It's owned by PlayStation. Therefore, they're a third-party publisher, if we're going by those rules.
MLB the show.
MLB's on there. And a lot of their games are going to PC. that automatically makes you a third-party publisher because PC is a platform. So we have this issue here, and then they're going completely third party. They never said they're going completely third party. And Phil, shout out to Jez Corden,
Shout out
reiterated,
to my boy Jez.
we have no plans to put Game Pass. So that's because Nintendo and PlayStation don't want Game Pass, and the only way they go third party is
You're like, let's be clear. It's because they said no. Okay,
yeah,
that's what Singer
it's
said.
because they said no. The only way Xbox becomes third party is if Game Pass is allowed on PlayStation and Nintendo. Then I could totally see that happening. That is never going to happen. Therefore, I cannot see it happening. Things could change in the next 10 years. But this whole idea of their third party, no.
Even that wouldn't make them a third party, honestly, because they already publish some of their games on Nintendo and Play. They put Minecraft is on everything.
Yeah,
So
but I mean, if they
the only
can,
thing
if
that
they
makes
get
them
Game
not a first, the only thing that makes them like a true third party is if they stop making Xboxes.
But that's the thing. They would probably stop making Xboxes if they could get Game Pass onto both Nintendo and PlayStation, because you will get far bigger reach than you can on your own. Plus, you have mobile, PC, TVs, etc. So people have to stop running with this. Tim Stewart actually was talking about Activision. Anyone with a logic, shout out to people who can actually read, because if you can actually read, you read Tim Stewart's entire thing. Don't just snip apart. No, don't do that. The entire thing, back to front to back. He's talking about Activision, and that makes sense because guess what? They told you Overwatch, Diablo, COD, all these games are going to be on PlayStation still. So yes, that is their strategy going forwards. But does that mean you're going to get Forza Motorsport, Starfield, Avowed, Hellblade 2? Absolutely fucking not. So what are we doing here?
So, Singer, let me ask you a question. Do you really believe that Microsoft, if did not have the opportunity to put those games and put Game Pass in all of those places, they wouldn't do it?
Hold on. You weren't listening because Singer started the conversation. He started his sentence with, the only reason they're not doing it is because Nintendo and Sony said
no. I know that, but I'm saying, but that also contrasts to what Stewart was saying, because yes, he's talking about Activision, but that still follows the same thing that even Phil Spencer was basically saying. You know, wherever Game Pass is, these things are going to be. They want those things to be everywhere. Tim Stewart says they want their games, they want their services to be everywhere. It's just the simple fact that Sony isn't allowing it to happen. So it doesn't mean that he does it. He can say because that was during the Activision conversation, but that still definitely consists across all of their games. Like, he didn't just say games, he said services too. Like, their service is definitely still part of it. And think about it, if their service is everything, where are they games at, Singer? Their games are all in their service.
But that's the thing. This is the issue. Xbox is going full third party. Ask yourself this question: will Game Pass be on PlayStation? If your answer is no, end the conversation. Now, if you could give me a reasonable reason why PlayStation would let Game Pass,
well, they're already third party. They've been third party for a long time.
Well, I mean,
they just make a console.
I mean, if we're talking technically, but not like a true third party, like Ubisoft or
dude, they're literally more third party now than anything.
A true third party doesn't have a first party component, which means they don't have their own platform to put their games on. The only way they will be a true third party is if they're not making Xbox.
If they're not making Xboxes anymore.
Yes, exactly. So they can't do that. But until Game Pass goes on PlayStation, the conversation can't be had, because that is the only way that they'll allow or even think about going third party, is get Game Pass on PlayStation and Nintendo. Because when that happens, you now have the reach of the entire gaming. So now you could go, okay, we don't need to sell our console anymore. We're making moolah. We could just keep going. They do have that option. But no, it's...
I mean, they have other ways of... Because I still am to the belief that it's no time soon. But I am still at the belief that at some point there will not be a console for Xbox.
Yeah, but people have been
Yeah,
saying
that
that
is the future.
for a very long time.
Oh,
What's
no,
up, Barry
no,
Bates?
and
Oh,
they
sorry,
were
sorry, sorry. I
nuts
know you said.
then.
I know you said. I know you said only the girlies, your snow buddies, can call you that. My bad, my bad. What's up, Jay
Oh
Barry? How's it going?
wow!
Yeah, and they were, and Luca, they were nuts then.
Only
They were
Becky.
nuts. It's way too early for that to be called then.
Yeah, no, they've been saying it. I was talking to Slow-Mo about this. They've been saying it for years now, and it hasn't happened. Like, if it happens, then it happens, but saying something constantly, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not. I mean, I guess you are predicting it, but then at the same time, you could just be doing some guesswork. I don't know.
Well,
It's
my
not
guesswork is
predictable.
not
I
going. It's not going to happen this generation or next generation. It's going to be a couple of generations from now. You're going to see another console. You're going.
Absolutely.
It's going to be. I mean, dude, we will not be the primary gamers by the time that happens. That's what I'm saying. At some point, that's why he's saying, when we live, because at a certain point, if they hit the metrics that they want to hit, they don't have to have the console to do that. They hit those metrics in other ways. And even if they don't have, they don't really need to be on PlayStation to become that full-fledged, third party that everybody thinks they have to be, because they could be third party in other ways. It's just going to be a different type of third party. Now that the fact that they got their game, like right now, we really don't consider TVs and mobile like that. We don't really consider that like being a part of the third party because that's something that's super new. But in the future, that's where people are going to be playing the majority of their games. Like we talk about where kids are playing their games now and the type of games that kids want. We talked about it on DPS about, where the spending of games is happening and how they're not happening on, physical and physical games or even digital games. It's more services and download content and everything like that. That's just the beginning of it. At some point, it's going to get to a point where mobile and phone is going to literally be considered a third-party revenue for all of these companies. It's just not there yet, except for like the super niche ones when it comes to like what Activision is doing with ABK. Hint the main reason why Microsoft went after Activision.
Here's another feather. I noticed Barry said, thing is, a lot of the games, the only games that will go are games that were already on there. They've kept that mantra for ages. Like Elder Scrolls Online stayed, Minecraft stayed, well, Fallout 76 stayed. So all the Activision games are going there. That's a given. But you're not going to get stuff like Hellblade because you want to keep them to push your console because you can't get Game Pass on there.
I don't even think all the Activision games will go because
I don't
like
either.
when they made the deal with Sony for Call of Duty, it was just for Call of Duty. Like it was misreported initially that it was all the Activision titles, and it wasn't. It's just Call of Duty. So they really kind of have the choice. Okay, go
But
ahead.
games like Overwatch and Diablo need a large player base, so you'd want to include PlayStation there. You wouldn't want to lock Diablo behind because it thrives on a large player base. If it has a small player base, it's not going to work. Overwatch is the same way. It's a multiplayer only game for the most part, so you need as many people as possible. But then you have, like, if they make a single player game, I could see that being like a single player story driven game. That could probably be exclusive because there's no point in putting it over there. But also, here's another thing. I had this conversation on Twitter to some of the ponies who were like, all the Xbox games are coming. Yay, Halo on PlayStation. I was like, two points. One, I thought all Xbox games were trash and we don't want them, so you want these trash games. Number two, Xbox has no games, so what games are going to your platform? Two narratives dunzoed in just 2 points. And it's fantastic because you're asking for games like Halo, so they're not actually trash then because you want them. You're just saying them trash because they're not on PlayStation. And that is just the root of the problem. Like, it is what it is. So, no, Xbox isn't going third party. Stop the doom and gloom. Push the narrative. Take your L. And shout out to Jess Gordon for a very informative interview with Phil, by the way, because there was a lot of good nuggets of information. But yeah, that's all I got, Luca.
Okay. Take. I did want to say, people in chat are saying I need a PlayStation person. I would love to have a PlayStation person on here, but I would need someone, someone reasonable, someone willing to concede a point, and someone who's not completely like delusional. I can't have any idiots
They
on my
want to. They
panel.
want
I
to.
can't
They
have any
want to.
idiots on my
They
panel.
want a fanboy on here. That's what they
Yeah,
want.
I don't know. I would love to have a PlayStation guy on here, but I can't have someone delusional on my panel. Like, it would piss me off too badly. It would piss me off too badly, so I can't do it. It stresses me out. It irritates me, and I'm not y'all not about to raise my blood pressure, okay? Y'all are not about to raise my fucking blood pressure, okay? Let's see here. I did want to say, oh, Lionel, I'm talking about like they're like it's not a pill per se, but it's like a chewable. You take this chewable supplement right before you drink or you eat any dairy related products, and it should help, because that's what I take before I have ice cream. So Singer is willing to concede points.
Delusional, like, so the point of delusion, right? So I'm willing to criticize games like Starfield and whatnot, and I already stood on my point that Baldur's Gate 3 is a better game than Starfield. Now, if I was a true bot, see green, slice my veins open, all you see is green come out, I'd say Starfield is the game of the generation, right? I would run with these narratives. See, you have to confuse. I like Xbox. I will also criticize Xbox, but in the same token, I can be balanced in my views. Like, will I tell you The Last of Us 2 is trash? Yes. Do I believe it? No. I think it's a good game. But will I tell you it's trash to your face? Yes, because it's hilarious. See, I can separate who Death Singer is and who I really am. So, you are talking to Death Singer. You're not talking to my real name. So, no. I wouldn't say I'm delusional.
No, Singer's not delusional. Like I said, he concedes to points, and you know, whenever we call him out on bullshit, he's like, "Well,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's happened. Yeah, it's happened before. Like, you know,
yeah." But I would like someone level-headed. Jack is also someone who's busy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would like someone who's like fresher, I guess you could say, like newer, like who doesn't have as many podcast obligations, you know, but isn't like completely green. You guys get what I'm saying?
mhm.
Yeah. Like, I remember when I set up my Discord, oh god, I'm so fucking old. When I set up my Discord all those years ago, I specifically set it up so I could find people to have on a podcast, right? And I found Slow-Mo in the Discord. I met Nautical in the Discord. He was all, you were doing podcast already, right, Nautical? Or no? Back then. Oh, this bitch he fucking walked
I
away.
don't think he was doing podcasts. I think he
No,
was
not
making
yet.
videos though.
Okay. So Nautical and Slow-Mo, I pulled them from my Discord and put them on the panel. I met Meta through the Discord.
Oh
Don
man,
Julio
where
through the
is
Discord.
Meta?
Living his best life, man. Ever since that crypto shit, you know. Okay, anyway, but living his best life. So I met Meta through Discord. Like, I need and then I had all day for all those years as the pony, or a PlayStation guy. So yeah, I would like to have a PlayStation guy on here. Someone who like I said, someone newer. Like, I think Brian, are you a pony? I think Brian has great takes. But I think he's a pony, right? I'm not sure.
I believe
Which
he
one?
is.
Brian East?
Yeah.
What's up? You don't think
I don't
Brian has
know.
good takes?
No, I'm not. I'm talking about the
No,
pony
he has
part.
good takes, but
He has good
Oh,
takes.
you don't know if he's a pony? Yeah.
Um,
Jack
Yeah.
is, like I said, Jack is great, but he's busy. So I would be your pony representative, but I'm on work Saturdays. Yeah. Well, at least you're here to hang out with us, though. Ponies that are reasonable and not delusional, that's a big ask. LOL, JK. What's
that
up,
is a big
Luigi?
ask.
Yeah. So I'd like Singer won't concede that he's delusional to Cyberpunk running flawless for him alone at launch. Okay, no, you're right.
Actually,
that
no.
was definitely cap.
Actually,
That's not a delusional bot take, though. That's just a delusional take.
no.
What's up, Jazz? How you
See,
doing,
no,
buddy?
Here's the problem with that, because if we remember back to the conversation, I told you I had issues, but I had like the UI for the gun would stay stuck on my screen, but I didn't have the T-posing and falling through the map and epic game crashes. I didn't have any of these major bugs. I had light bugs, nothing that interrupted the day-to-day gameplay. So no, I didn't say it was flawless. I said it ran perfectly fine for me, despite these small issues that I had, which I clarified on the episode. You can go back and look. So no, that is
So-
false.
Black Dragon's like saying facts are delusional. Give me examples. PlayStation's winning in sales and making games are not delusional. You are making points that I didn't say any of that stuff. I never made any sort of indication of what exactly I was referring to when I said I don't want someone who's delusional. You saying that there's no delusional PlayStation guys is a delusional hot take, in my opinion. But it's just my opinion, right? We see things differently. And I'm not going to argue with you about it. You can believe whatever you want. That has nothing to do with me. All right. So if you want to argue, listen, I'm all about that peace and love these days, baby, because that's like going back and forth about whether or not there are some delusional ponies out there is a asinine argument. There's no point to it. You know what I'm saying? Because there are delusional ponies. Just like there's delusional bots, just like there's delusional PC guys, and definitely delusional Nintendo people. Labo? The Labo situation? I have listened.
We
That
don't
was
need a
something else.
messenger or an achievement system
Yep.
or any like what you. So you need nothing but just Nintendo's long hardness up your cheek, son. That's all you need, right? Apparently, it's just come on, right? Yo, like Nintendo people, just they're on a different level when it comes to delusional. Yeah. Everyone has those camps in every platform.
Yes.
It's like the
It
bell
is.
curve.
Man, that fucking Labo situation was fucking ridiculous, dude. Like, Jesus Christ, man. Okay. Oh, you can't give me examples. Okay, then. Oh, okay. Anyway, we can just move on from that. What's up, Capono?
Yes.
Red Shinobi was goody. You're not gonna what is the word? You're not gonna goad me, all right? What Jazz, how's it going? You know, I understand the manipulation tactics you're trying to use right now. As a known manipulator, okay. Jazz appreciates seeing you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Luca's the delusional one. Oh my god. You know what?
Oh dear.
I just don't understand. Like, why are you even here if you don't like me or want to listen to the show? Or you think
Here
I'm
it comes.
delusional?
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
Like, why
here
are
it
you
comes.
listening to me? Just to upset yourself? If I'm so stupid and delusional and ugly, then why are you here?
Wow.
Wow.
Anyway, so okay, so let's talk about we have no plans to bring Xbox Game Pass to PlayStation or Nintendo. So Xbox CEO Phil Spencer on consoles, hardware, the future of Activision Blizzard, and much more. So shout out to my boy Jess Corden saying in our exclusive interview with Microsoft Gaming CEO Phil Spencer, we got a glimpse of the future of Xbox and Microsoft's evolving strategy going forward. I need y'all to understand the way I was cracking up making my fucking thumbnail, because I was like, I'm gonna have it so I'm like next to Phil and we're both smiling and it looks like we're smiling at each other, you know?
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm twirling my hair right now, you know?
Clearly,
Clearly.
very strange behavior. But go ahead.
What do you mean?
What do I mean? You just described it. That's all I'm
What-
saying.
What do you mean? Strange how?
You photoshopped Phil looking at you and you looking at him like the
First of all,
crazies do.
I
Go
didn't
ahead.
Photoshop anything. I just put him in the fucking thumbnail. Okay, I didn't have to edit any of this extra shit. All right.
Did you use
just have to-
Photoshop?
Yeah.
Did you photoshopped it? Like
You know
I
exactly
said?
what you mean when you say it like that, slow mo. You asshat.
Wow! Why I gotta be all that?
All right. So, let's see here. Okay, so an Xbox Game Pass coming to other platforms, the innovation in future consoles for Xbox, and keeping fans excited. So Okay, so many Xbox fans took that to indicate that Microsoft is preparing for an industry where Xbox hardware no longer exists. So we discussed that already, discussing what Tim Stewart had to say in contrast to what Phil has to say. And Phil's like, I'll start by saying we have no current plans. He didn't say the current part, but we have no plans to bring a Game Pass to PlayStation or Nintendo. It's not in our plans. But I think you hit on the right point of what it means to own an Xbox. So the thing I want to be focused on is how do we continue to innovate for people who've made the commitment to our hardware platform, and how do we continue to make sure they feel great about their investment in what we've built. So, of course, he's going to have his own point of view when it comes to this stuff. Game Pass is growing. It's on PC. It's on cloud. It's an important part of the Xbox console identity. Once again, Game Pass has some great titles on there. Liza P. Okay, which is Lionel's Game of the Year, and then it also has like Remnant just got put on there. What other good games on Game
It
Pass?
also has Like a Dragon, Man Who Raised His Name,
Nice.
the Dragon Ishin. Like Man Who Raised His Name is so good if you love the Yakuza series. Like, it's the perfect lead up to Infinite Wealth. It's on Game Pass. Play the Yakuza series through first because there's a whole bunch of references and characters. But it is so worth it. It's such a well done game. Like, I was crying at the end because the way the ending happens, you have a tear in your eye. You have to if you followed Kiryu's story. Like, it is so good. Shout out to RGG Studio because they had a banger that no one caught on to. I haven't seen anyone talk about Like a Dragon. Don't know.
I've seen people talk about Like a Dragon on my
I haven't.
timeline.
Well, I obviously don't follow the same people. So,
Well,
I've seen
yeah,
people talk about it, but not recently. I've seen people talk about it back. It was half it's really, really good and half Young Ye's really, really bad. And then like it kind of just went away.
Oh man. That was a different one, right?
No.
Like a Dragon
Like
was
a
different.
Dragon was Young Ye.
I'm sorry, what'd you say, buddy? Singer, I'm sorry, you cut out for me. What did you say?
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
No, you keep cutting in and out.
Like, how badly?
Well, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, we sometimes, like, if you say a full sentence, we hear like half of it.
All right, how about now? Right, everything should be good.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah. The Man Who Erased His Name. Young Ye does have it, but it isn't on there. Like, I played it on Game Pass. But there's there is no English option. You can't have access to Young Ye. So they must have released it later or something. But we couldn't get access to it because I wanted to have a good laugh. But couldn't even do that because it's not there. Doesn't exist. So, I don't know.
All right. So, all right, so Game Pass is growing and it has a ton of great games on there. He talks about elevating Sarah Bond to be the president of Xbox, which I think she deserves it. She's worked very hard, and she's been more of the front face the last couple of years, especially at A3 and stuff. So, congratulations to her on that again. But they made the organizational move specifically to ensure we had a unified focus for our innovation roadmap across hardware and services. Lord. Does he talk about games at all in this article, Singer?
From what I remember, no.
Okay.
He does mention about how there are IPs they're sat on, and they're willing to revive them, but only if the teams under their control want to. So if one of the teams suddenly turns around and goes, "Oh, let's revive Conker," and he alludes to Banjo. That's the only time. So he mentioned that. So there's potential for these games to come back, but only if the teams want to. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they should. StarCraft should. I think StarCraft should come back. What do you think?
StarCraft is back. It's
Is
still
it?
here. StarCraft 2. Yeah.
When did that come out?
It's been here. StarCraft came out in. When did StarCraft 2 come out? It's like early 2000s?
Ninja, can we get a new StarCraft game? Hello? That shit came out in 2010.
The problem is, like, I don't know. They just keep updating it, and people keep playing it. So
That's true. It's
maybe they,
yeah, that's true.
it's the same thing as World of Warcraft, and
Hmm.
like you're not gonna get a World of Warcraft 2. It's just gonna
That's
be
true. You're
World of
right.
Warcraft, and then
You
so
think?
Final Fantasy, yeah.
Let me ask you. You think it's like the Overwatch situation where it's like making a 2 or a 3 in StarCraft's case would be like a mistake?
Yeah, well, because the current fan base of it love it so much, and they update it so much that making a third one, they could make a third one if they wanted to, but everyone's so solidified because the game's been here for what 20? No, not 20. 13 years. Like, why make a second one now? It's like making a second League of Legends. You just there's no point. Like, because everyone's already here and they're already playing the games. You just update the game. Like, you wouldn't get Fortnite 2. You know? I wouldn't have thought anyway. So
I think that that laid back approach to, well, if they want to make one of our old IPs that we own, then it'll get made, is basically almost guaranteeing that those old games won't get brought back. We see a lot of times where, like, even when developers are newer developers are added to older, like well-known development studios, they are far more focused on charting their own path than to kind of remake or tread back to things that people had already done. And so if they're not going to kind of press the point, hey, we need this old IP. A lot of Xbox fans would love to see this back, and we think that, you know, it's popular enough, there's enough nostalgia out there, and if it's done well enough, it would be great in Game Pass and it'll sell a lot of copies on PC. You need to go kind of like force the issue and just get some people to make it, you know,
well,
like, instead of just waiting on them to make that decision.
the problem is, like, you look at Fable, right? But the Playground wanted to make a Fable. Like, they weren't forced to. Playground wanted it, and that's why they made the second studio, is to make Fable, because the main studio will work on Horizon, of course. And the second studio will work on Fable. So it is
But they
possible that
also,
one of these companies want to bring back an old game. It's just
that's a little
what game
different
would you
though.
want to bring back?
Playground didn't start the development of the Fable game as it is right now as Fable. It started as a completely new IP, and Microsoft asked them to turn it into Fable, and they agreed to. That's different than what Phil is saying about a studio deciding to take all on their own accord, take one of these IPs and then go make a remake off of that. That's different. They were doing what, as I said, newer developers in today would do. Instead of remaking old stuff, they're going to make their own thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, it depends on the studio, of course. Like, some studios are good at making their own original content, some not so good at making their own original content. So you may find somewhere down the line a new Banjo gets announced and Toys for Bob is making it or something. I don't know. Like, that is feasible. I mean,
well, you know, like they people wanted Double Fine to make a new Banjo, and I forgot the guy's name that runs Double Fine. He's like, we not interested in making that.
Yeah, right.
well,
They want to
yeah,
make their own games.
but
Exactly.
that's the
It's going to
studio's
keep
choice.
happening.
But some studios might revive some IP. Like, every publisher is sat on a bunch of IP they're not bringing back for whatever reason. They choose to not bring it back. But I'm pretty sure some people would like to revive some of these games if it's in their interest.
That's when with all the money that Microsoft is putting into it, that's when you don't have to build like some uber quadruple A studio like they tried to do with the initiative. You can build some smaller studios and get some like-minded people that want to be a part of those studios, that want to go back and do a lot of those older games and stuff, you know, especially since the bones of those games are there. You really don't need the idea or anything like that. You know, if you want to bring some of those old games back and like remaster or remake them, you could do that. Or if you want to make newer versions of those games and the images of the older ones, I mean, that's probably the best way to go about it, because, you know, a lot of these teams, they already have their, you know, next 5 to 10 years planned out on what they want to do with their games, especially since game development takes forever. So, you know, to pivot and say you're going to make something that's part of a catalog of something that you never owned or even thought about making in the first place is kind of off-putting to a lot of people. You know, not saying that they don't like those games, but they like the things that they make too, because, you know, it's all about an expression of creativity and stuff. So I think they should just go out and bring in people that want to make those games and make studios around them. And guess what? That would just make their studio count bigger, because and plus it'll get them more content to put into Game Pass too. So I think that's the way they should go, because, you know, getting people to want to do it or forcing people to do it, I don't think it's going to turn out for the best for them. They need to find people that want to do stuff like that and build studios around that.
Like if you listen, Redfall is the perfect example of forcing studios to do shit they don't want to do. You know what I'm saying?
They wanted that game canceled.
It turns into a lifeless dead thing, which is redundant. Okay. Anyway, moving on from that. Okay, so shout out to Everborn. He actually sent me this, and I think this is like a really interesting topic to discuss, especially considering all the trailers that came out today. So real quick, the Fallout trailer came out, the Halo Season 2 trailer came out, House of Dragons Season 2?
Yes.
House of Dragons Season 2 trailer came out, and then The Boys Season 4, aka GOAT TV, aka Season 3 was a 10 out of 10. Okay, I cannot wait for this shit to come back. The Boys Season 4 trailer also came out. So, I personally thought the Fallout trailer they did such a good job with it. It's a teaser trailer, and it's like the wide-eyed wonder of the maybe I'm going crazy. Okay, so the wide-eyed wonder of the Vault Dweller as they exited out of the vault, that was great. Like the fear, that was excellent. And then seeing the rad roaches and seeing what is that bear called, Singer? What is it like?
I can't remember for the life of me.
I know it starts. I think it starts with a Y or something, bro. I can't fucking remember. But that bear. Go ahead.
They got the suits down as well. The vault,
the
those
suits. The Brotherhood of Steel suits are so good.
And they also got down how there was plenty of blood and gore and people getting shot and stuff. I think this could be promising, because they really nailed what Fallout looks like. Like when I was watching it, I was like, this is what I imagine Fallout to look like outside the game. You know, it's you come out of the vault, everyone's trying to stop you, and then you know you go about your business, and then it tells them, you know, you need to survive, which makes sense. And then you see the roaches, and it's just really good.
Really good. Okay, so back in the chat says Yaguai. Yes, that's right. I was like, I know it starts with a fucking Y, dude, but I just couldn't remember. But thank you so much. Yeah, seeing the Yaguai, and I think it was smart of them to go with a Yaguai instead of the Deathclaw, because I think the Deathclaw. Have we seen the Deathclaw yet? No, the Deathclaw should be for like, you think they should have it in the trailer as like the final thing for like the
no,
drop people in, or just in the show? What do you think?
They should have it in the show, because if they, or maybe you can have it in the trailer, but like you don't actually see the Deathclaw. It roars, or you see just like the eyes or the shadow of it behind the building or something as it's going, like just to tease the Deathclaw, but not to reveal it just yet. You know, you keep it in suspense. And then
I agree.
And then
also seeing like the tail, like seeing the tail like just slither by, and then seeing the bitch, or seeing like a glimpse of the claws. Dude, that would be fucking sick. I would love that. I hope they do something like that for the trailer. I hope they don't reveal the entire Deathclaw. I hope they do save that for the actual episode.
Because that'd make it so much better when it actually finally appears and just murders everyone.
Yeah, dude, that's dude, I'm fucking hyped, dude. And then I think that was that a Mirelurk, or A queen Mirelurk? What was that crab? Was that a crab? Did you watch
Was it?
Mirelurk, right?
Yeah, I did.
Y'all, do you think
I
that was a Mirelurk? I oh, I don't I feel like it came out of the water. It could be something else, of course, but I feel like they'd want to show a Mirelurk too. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I'd assume it is. It's because they're trying to make it feel as authentic as possible. Like
Mhm.
again, the huge. So it would make sense that you'd have the beastery of the Fallout games there. So I would imagine that is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think that was a Mirelurk. So, but it was 6. Let me tell y'all something about those damn Mirelurks, bro. They used to piss me off so badly. Just watching their little legs, like, disgusting, disgusting. Something fucked up. I used to. You know what? Let me not admit to this. Fallout. Let me not admit to what I used to do to those damn Mirelurks. Okay. We're gonna move on from that. But yeah, no.
did you see who was making it though?
Yeah, the creators of or not creators or writers, directors, something like that of Westworld.
Yep.
All right,
They've
listen,
got
guys.
some really good actors in here.
Yeah.
Like Walter Goggins from he's in a lot of stuff, but I forgot the name of the show where the
Let me
guy's
look it
like a ranger or something. He Walter Goggins played a bad guy, but he's in that. Like he's really good. Walter is good in everything that he
Oh,
does.
shout out to him. Oh, I know. He was also in The Shield. He played a racist, one of the racist cops.
The racist from the Shield. Yeah, that's the first thing that he really kind of blew up in. Yeah,
and it was The Boys as well. Westwood and The Boys.
Nice.
So,
yeah.
like
hold on.
he's got. Oh, go on.
I was gonna say, what's up, Mav, baby? What's up, Jack Move, baby? What's good in my boy? But go ahead.
Also, I saw the guy that was from Lost, the like the older guy with who wears glasses. I can't remember his name. I'm trying to look him up on IMDb because I saw him in the trailer too. So I'm not into Fallout, but the TV show does look interesting. And when you see the kind of producers that have done good stuff already involved, and you see good actors involved, you're like, okay, this is probably going to be a good project. I'll check it out. So,
yeah, it's because it's got Jonathan Nolan, and then the creators of Boys, and the studio behind The Boys. So it's the studio behind The Boys and Jonathan Nolan behind Westworld. So I think they got this should come out nice because it's not like they have amateurish people, doing the show.
It's the writing that's always going to be the concern. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, but it looks good too. What's up, Trisky, baby? It looks really good too. It looks really good too.
What happens if it has a better story than Fallout 4? I mean, that's not hard. But
let me not.
It's not really that hard.
I'm gonna say it. The main quest line. Where's my dad? Where's my dad? That's Fallout 3. Where's my son? Where's my son? That's Fallout 4. Hold on, let me get distracted and become a member of all these fucking factions. Oops.
Factions,
Oops. I'm looking for my fucking son. Okay, basically, that's the main quest line.
It became like a trope after a while.
It's fucking goofy as hell, dude. I mean, this shit's fun. Listen, I fucking love Fallout 4. That shit is so much goddamn fun, dude. Yeah, so what I like about the Fallout trailer is I feel like what I like about the Fallout series, I feel like Fallout is a good series to adapt because it doesn't I feel like you can do anything with it. You can make a new character because there's so many fucking votes, dude. And different things going on. But I do think I hope we see some references. I hope we see Gary. I hope we see Gary. I would love that. That'd be fucking sick, dude. So I
think we will because they'll probably drop Easter eggs and references if you played the game. They'd probably throw some of that in there.
What was the name of your dog in Fallout 4?
The dog was in the trailer as well.
Yeah, what was the name of the dog? I can't remember the name. Right? Dog meat, yes.
Yeah.
Seeing him take down that fucking rat roach was fire, dude. She was awesome.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's like when the trailer initially started, I was worried because I thought it was going to be, oh no, the story. I thought it was going to start off like the story from Fallout 4, and then I was relieved when it wasn't. I was like, okay, we dodged that bullet. And then the trailer's fine. I'm down to watch it. I'm down. I think they got a hit. Personal opinion.
Listen, I think that I think a trailer can really make or break whether or not someone watches the series. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I just want to point out that I'm not surprised that people are saying it seems to look very faithful to the source material, like the actual video games, because Amazon, when it comes to Prime Video, like they actually got criticized years ago for giving the producers of TV shows too much freedom. Like people were saying they don't give enough guidance, and
Yeah, what
they
was that?
allow budgets
Fucking that
to
trash Lord
like
of the Rings thing. That was them, right? That trash Lord of the Rings.
yeah.
That
So
fake
like
shit they
so
did.
yeah, so it kind of seems like there is a it's like a a double-edged sword. If you give it too much freedom to some creators that actually need a little bit more guidance, then it could turn out bad. But when you're not like, oh, with this works, don't be creative and don't go with your gut, then when you're not doing things like that, then you get some really really great content like The Expanse. Even though they didn't start out with The Expanse, they did take it on and they allowed it to flourish and gave it a much better budget. So it's just Prime Video is really good for that kind of content. And
They have more than enough money to support it too. What's up, Brian? Good to see you, buddy. Sir Duck, he was talking about Justified.
yes, Justified. Yes, he is. Yeah, that's the show.
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Keep
yeah, so yeah, like and Ryan's talking about The Boys. Like most networks would not have allowed The Boys to be kind of like done the way it's done, which is just as bloody and raunchy as the actual comic is. Sometimes more so. And when with sometimes better writing than the comic is too. But that's Prime. That's what Amazon has usually allowed, which I think is, even though there's another trailer that's out there that was shown today with Halo Season 2.
And it looks much better. Halo looks much better.
I haven't seen it yet. I guess I'll go throw it on right now and watch it on
watch it right now.
But that first season of Halo is typically what you see from video game adaptations in the past. Netflix has done a great job, but like in the past, whenever you saw adaptations, you would see Hollywood producers and stuff trying to basically act like they know better. Oh, I'm not going to adapt this part of this stuff of the material because that seems silly. And it's just like, whoa, if it was silly or stupid or dumb, why would this be so popular? How about you just adapt what it actually is, and not you not being a fan, pretend like you know better than the audience. And so if that's what they're doing now with Halo 2, especially considering the leadership at 343 is now gone. So maybe now current leadership is like, yeah, we're going to pull back on the reins on some of this tomfoolery you were doing. How about no more butt cheeks of Master Chief?
Yes, please, no more Master Cheeks. I mean, I appreciate my man John 117 is out here getting some, but I don't need to see it because it is what it is.
Real quick, okay, Mav mentioning the Halo Season 2 trailer was pretty good. I stepped away so I can go watch it. I'm glad to see that we're talking about it. That trailer was pretty good. Especially the part where it's like remembered, and then it's like the cutting, and then like the girl lifts her head right in the part where the cut. You guys know what I'm referring to, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the trailer, that shit was actually kind of fire.
I'm watching it now. Yeah,
that shit was it's kind of fire, dude. Especially the end part of it. So I mean, listen, I'll consider it.
This budget looks a lot more like because before they were saying we spent 11 million per episode, and I was just like, where?
Like cap.
Because like that first episode, I could see where the budget went. But then after that, when you got like whole episodes where it's just Chief John, helmet off, walking around, talking to people, it's like, yo, he ain't fire a gun in 2 episodes. Like, what's happening? Like, yeah, you ain't spent 11 million on that. That's cap. So
Yeah.
This looks way better than what the first season was, and maybe now we ain't gotta watch Cortana get cut watching John run through human covenant spy whatever, like just like what in the world was that?
I
I
felt
just
really bad
throw all the writers away from the first season. Just throw them all
because
away.
Cortana is the canon love for John. Don't get it twisted, and so they need to chill out. Just give me some awesome action scenes. Do what Master Chief does, which is clap everyone in sight. It doesn't matter if you call yourself a prophet or a god or whatever. He will still clap you in a matter of minutes, and just let him do what he's got to do. That's what I want to see.
I've not seen the Furiosa trailer. I fucking love Mad Max Fury Road. That shit was so goddamn fire. But
was
I
good.
definitely got to check it out. Yeah, no, okay, but I want to talk about this comment here by Derek Strickland, who said, a big reason why I think the Halo TV show failed is because it doesn't make me want to play the games. That should be the main reason why the show even exists, in my opinion. Game adaptations should make people excited to continue the experience in some way, be it a game or other product. What do you guys think about this take?
I can understand that a bit because they already tell you off the bat this is not the same universe. This is like the silver multiverse or whatever the heck they try to describe it. So it's not like, although it's some aspects of it that are similar to the actual game, so much is different. And I can see why some people were just like, I'm not really trying to play this, especially when you don't really see how the game plays isn't really displayed very much in very often in that first season. So I can understand that.
Yeah, I can understand it. I think it should sell you on the game, or it should most sell you on Halo as a universe, because Master Chief is there and he is a big part of it. But there are so many other interesting characters, other Spartans. There's so many different off stories and shoots they could go. Like, I understand you want to focus on it. Make them play the game, yes, but also just get more so. The show needs to make you want to explore the Halo universe, because there's fantastic books out there. There's fantastic stories. There's apart from the games. So I don't know. I agree with what he said, but it should more instead of make you want to play the games, it should make you want to explore Halo.
Yeah, something I find relatively interesting about this topic is that when it comes to adaptations, typically speaking, I would agree with this take when it comes to like book to movie adaptations. Not so much on comic books, because at this point, comic books are so fucking diluted when it comes to adaptations. I'm just kind of like, all right, you know what I'm saying? But like, it would be nice if they actually covered it properly, but that's just not going to happen, right? But when it comes to books to movie adaptations, of course, they have to take some liberties. They can't translate it directly, right? But it'd be cool. Like me personally, I prefer like with anime. Bitch, you better fucking stick to the source material or your shit's gonna fail. Facts, okay? It is what it is. But anime fans are a little bit more strict when it comes to that stuff in comparison. You know what I'm saying? So, I definitely can. I can definitely see where he's coming from. I think the issue is that gaming is such a different experience. So, it's so. What is this phone? What is this phone call icon on Twitter? In my DMs.
What?
Were you seeing that on browser?
Hold
or
on.
phone?
Nautical, you got your phone, right? This motherfucker always steps away right when I need him. Oh, God. Okay, subscribe to premium to call people. Bitch, let me go ahead and fucking block this feature. Hold on. Y'all better not call me. Oh, goddamn Twitter did. Anyway, I was talking to Everborn because he's the one who hit me up about this. He said, I don't like this take. Funneling people over to the game should be a bonus. The job should be for any film or TV adaptation telling a good story. Everything else is secondary. Season 1 had its moments, but ultimately did not do that. So I think that's a good point too, because it depends. Like, it depends. That being said, there's a lot of gamers in the world who, they might have skipped out on certain games because it's just like, this isn't interesting to me. But then it's like, say they'll watch the Last of Us TV show, for instance, and they're like, oh, I really like this. Let me go play the game. You know what I'm saying? There might have been people even going to pick up Uncharted after the Uncharted movie with Tom Holland, So I can definitely see both sides. I think the main point should be to tell a good story. I definitely do agree with that. I also think that it should be a story that's in a similar vein to the games, but I also think it depends on whether or not it's a like, take for instance, like the Witcher TV show. The Witcher is based off the books, not the game. But everyone knows The Witcher. Well, The Witcher has its popularity, that is, because of the game. You know what I'm saying? So there are certain things that are in the game that wouldn't be in the TV show adaptation because it's based off the books. So it's one of those conversations that I find particularly interesting as we get a rise of adaptations for video games, especially like we've had them before, of course, but like they've not worked very well. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like as games become more in depth when it comes to storytelling, there's more room there to adapt it to a TV show. I I would, what I think would work? I think a TV show based on Dragon Age Origins would make a fucking fantastic adaptation.
I agree.
And
But what we got was not good from that with Netflix. That
I meant
was
live action.
Absolution.
Yeah.
Oh, live action. Well,
I
that
think
could work too. That could
I
work too.
think
Yeah.
I think they should choose 3, maybe. But then again, no, because they die. No, it's one of those things. I don't know. What do you think, Solo?
They should just go. They just go with one protagonist.
One, yeah.
Yeah, because you're trying to do the multiple ones, knowing that whichever ones don't get quote unquote chosen by the player, which
Already
AKA
died,
is,
yeah.
they're dead. Even though they existed, but they don't survive. So
So the safe bet for a Dragon Age Origins adaptation would be to go the Kuzlin route, right? It'd be the Kuzlin route.
that's the more popular route for like not a casual audience, but a audience that isn't invested in this world already, because in the Kuzlin route you get to learn a lot of history of Ferelden, of that region, because they are cousins to the king, and then more about like who the Howe family is and how they expelled the Orlesians and all that other stuff. So the Kuzlin route would be the best one. Plus they got the whole revenge factor to deal with their family and a lot of the people that are around Logain. So that would actually be really probably the better way to go about it.
Dorian made a fucking excellent point. Dorian's like, I agree with Everborn. It depends. Arcane is excellent. You don't have to play League. I think that's like the best point. I think that because nobody's going to play League of fucking Legends based on Arcane, dude.
No. People will. Because
they won't.
Some people will because of how popular League of Legends is as a game. But the main popularity.
But those are people who like those kind of games already. We're talking about people who like have no exposure to League of Legends. They see Arcane like that. This is one amazing animation and amazing storytelling. I want more. And then they find out it's based off of League of Legends. And then when they look at League of Legends, they're going to be like, "Yeah, I'm good. I'll just wait till Arcane season 2." I'm not going to engage in that.
I mean, it is. It's not going to. But also, what helped propel its popularity is the League of Legends community base. That's why it's so popular, because there is hundreds of millions of people around the world who will just flock to the TV show anyway because they play League of Legends and it's your favorite characters from League appearing in the show. So of course that will help boost its popularity. because that's why it's an excellent standalone story. But what helped its popularity is the fan base. It went the other way, so it's not the show didn't help people play the game, but people who play the game help propel the show. There we go.
Also, their other games are all within the same universe, right? Like Valorant and that.
No, Valorant isn't. Valorant is separate.
Oh, it is.
But everything else is in
Yeah,
the
'cause
universe.
I
Because
have I got a turn-based game off of Steam that is based in. I
What's
can't
it
remember the
called?
name
Is
of it.
it called because they made 2 League of Legends stories so far. They made The Ruined King
That's
and they
it. The
made
Ruined
Mage
King.
Seeker. Yeah, they're both in
Ruined
the
King is the
same.
one I have. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a major plot point in League, and yeah, so all of it is canon. Like everything is related to the League universe because it makes sense. Because there are so many there's like 180 characters now, and everyone has their favorite. And there's so many different characters and stories you could tell. Like the world is super fleshed out, so that's why they can make so many games.
That's like the best thing when it comes to like actual interesting stories. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, I am telling you, there are plenty of games where the stories, I'm like, yeah, I think that could work for a show. I definitely think that could work. So yeah, I think the Kuzlin story would be the easiest to adapt. But let me tell you something, I would fucking love the City Elf. Like, give me Tabris, because that was my favorite. But so yeah, I definitely think that this is an interesting perspective, and typically it's typically one I agree with when it comes to other like books or like when it comes to books or comics being adapted into like film. But when it comes to games, I'm like, because games are so interactive, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So it's just kind of like, unless it's like a linear story, like I'm talking super linear
Super
story,
linear, yeah.
then it be like, take for instance, hold on one second.
I want something. I just
What was
recently played BioShock again, and I always wanted.
Which one? The first one?
I played, the first one. I started the first one. Want to go through them again. I played the first one. Second was not as good as the first one. I still think Infinite is the best of all 3 of them.
Infinite's the only one that I can play.
Infinite is. Whew,
yeah. Ryan is
Infinite
saying
is
in the
so
chat.
good.
Ryan said in the chat, they're like, listen, show based off BioShock, bro.
Man,
that would be fucking
be so
and
fire,
then the
bro.
twist, bitch, that shit would be fire, dude. That shit would be fucking fire.
All they got to do is start the game with a lighthouse in the distance, and then it just all goes downhill from there.
The thing is, I don't think it just has to be a linear game. I think open world games do work too, but it depends on the quality of the story. Like Pillars of Eternity, that would make a great TV show because there is the huge overarching plot, and then you have there's so many excellent stories you could tell within it. So I think it would make a great show. But that is a big open world RPG. But the main plot is so solid that it would translate well into a TV show because it's so well written.
Yeah, oh, man, those 7th Gen games were pretty fire, dude. Oh, Dead Space would make an excellent live action TV show, bitch. I would be fucking seated.
Did you ever watch
of course, I watched.
Did you ever watch the animated one, the animated Dead Space show?
I did.
Man,
I watched.
It was so good.
Listen, bitch. I would be fucking but they need to follow my man Isaac. They need to follow my man Isaac. All right, that's the only way I'd be fucking seated. Okay.
The game's still creepy to this day.
Keep that Dead Space 3 plot to your fucking self, though. Okay, that shit was. It's a fun game in co-op. It's a fun game in co-op, but that story,
I think
don't know,
kind of ruined it too.
It did.
It's fun in co-op, but it ruined it.
100%. Like I am not denying that it 100% ruined it in co-op. I agree. It's fun to play in co-op because danger's gone.
Yeah,
the danger is fucking gone. You're with your boy. You know, you're with your buddy.
Which game?
Dead Space 3.
Dead Space 3.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like because when I was playing it with my friend when we went through it so long ago, it's like we're just joking about stuff, and then
It's having
things that
fun,
would
dude.
scare you in the game, it's like, oh, whoa, and then did you see that guy? And you're making kind of fun of it compared to like 1 and 2. It's like the
100%,
ambience by
dude.
itself just like, wow, you were scared to walk around corners.
Yeah, it fucking freaked me out a bunch of times. Oh, that remake had me having heart palpitations, bro. I'm not gonna fucking lie, dude. I was stressing out.
It was
But
good
yeah,
though.
I would listen. There's a lot of games where I'm like, yeah, bitch, fucking adapt that. That would be amazing if it had the right. Like, I can't have any of these fucking arrogant studios behind it, dude. I can't. Or arrogant directors, arrogant writers, like who think they know better than the actual fans. That should be pissing me the fuck off, bro. So let's do channel member topics, and we can go ahead and skedaddle. I'm gonna run through. I asked people on Twitter what happened this week. I'm gonna run through the list real quick, and then do the channel members, and we can skedaddle. Skedaddle. All right. So I said, what happened in the gaming space this week, y'all? Let me look real quick. So there were a couple things that I am absolutely going to ignore and pretend I didn't see because I don't want any parts of it. But I did want to show this to Slow-Mo because I made a reference to this one time and he did not understand what the fuck I was talking about, dude. Let's see here, share my screen. Right here, Slow. Yeah, I made a reference to that and he was like, what? And I was just like, all right, never mind. But yeah, so Will says GTA 6 finally getting a release date for the trailer, bitch. I will be seated. All right. Phil said Game Pass is not coming to PlayStation or Nintendo, so thank you. PS Portal was played on Starlink. And let's see here. Clowns has a theory that big games journalists is orchestrated so they can agree and disagree and create fake debates for clicks, causing manipulation of minor opinions. It should be investigated under the RICO Act. And if found guilty, should lose their right to internet access for 20 years with a minimum fine of 5 years' salary.
Dang.
Plus mandatory 100 days in a maximum security facility with no time served while waiting for a hearing. Clowns, what the fuck?
Whoa.
Like, what? Well, he did say conspiracy. All right. Anyway, Chris says Snake is coming to Fortnite. Rejoice and praise be. CJ says this week in gaming. Okay. Okay. Destiny 2 dropped a new season of old content again. Of course. Jeff and TJ snugged by Rockstar for the debut trailer of GTA 6. All right.
I heard the DLC. I heard the dungeon was pretty sweet though.
I mean, good for the Destiny players, man.
I do
that
have
ain't me anymore.
Right. I do ask this question though. GTA's trailer coming out 2 days before the Game Awards. Do you think that how do y'all think Jeff feels right now? He is like, man, y'all couldn't have waited until after my show. He was gonna get a bunch of people watching the show thinking it was gonna be there.
Oh, that's a good point. Well, people are going to watch the show regardless.
Well, no, but to think about how many more people would have watched it just because they wanted to see if the GTA trailer was there.
But the problem is, the problem is Rockstar isn't beholden to anyone.
No, that's what we all said. We all said that, but that's what we kept saying was, man, Jeff Keighley sitting up there like, maybe praying that shit don't even announce it. Just we don't even care. Just don't give an announcement date of it.
Yeah, I got you.
Right, yeah, put it out there because like you said, people are going to watch it regardless. I just think it was just the simple fact that more people probably would have stayed tuned to it longer because most people know Game of the Year, the category that people care about the most. Those people are like going to probably show up midway through the show or halfway towards the end of the show or something like that.
Damn, I can't wait
but now he's thinking like people would have stayed for the whole entire show.
The thing is, though, like 40, you have to convince Rockstar, who coming off the back of GTA 5 have the third best-selling game of all time.
Rockstar didn't have to do anything; they were doing them a favor.
Jeff would have to convince them to give. Oh, can you show the trailer at the show? And they're probably like, "Fuck no, we could get 100 million views on our own. We don't need you."
That's true.
So Yeah.
Shout out to No Envy Gaming. What's up, Envy? Saying, member for 36 months. Appreciate you, my boy. Saying, hey, what's up, Scumcast? What's up, my babes? Okay, so shout out to Lou, Big Lou, saying, GTA announcement. Ant says he's obsessed with Starfield. Okay. And a section of gamers once again proved that they cannot read or understand basic punctuation. They were all upset when Game Pass was not coming to PlayStation. Then he posted a little cute stuffed animal. Light Shadow said Sony signed a partnership with NCSoft to expand into mobile. Okay, so Sega may release something in Game Awards. Okay, Suicide Kills the Justice League had their alpha tests going on until Sunday, and a bunch of people have been breaking NDA. What's up,
Yeah, they
cheering?
have.
All right. Thank you to everybody who gave me a list, gave me information about what was coming out. I think we covered most of these. Really do appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. All right. Okay, so let's see here. All right, let's go ahead and get these channel member topics and fucking skedaddle, dude. All right. So, shout out to Ronald saying, can we agree that Black Friday and Cyber Monday are dead? The deals were okay, but the majority of retailers keep the same prices. What? I saw this video where it was either like Target or Walmart. They had like
It was Target.
Yeah, so they were pretending the fucking TV was on sale, but that shit was not on sale. The cucks. That's some grimy shit, dude. But what
Yeah,
were
that
some
woman
deals?
was just going by and pulling the tag, the Black Friday price tag, and revealing the actual or regular price tag behind it was the same price. For
Yeah.
like all the TVs, yeah.
Grimy shit, dude. So, what were some deals you took advantage of? For me, I got a 4K 32-inch LG monitor with 144 hertz for $499. Also, I got the good news of getting accepted in
Nice.
college.
Congratulations.
Hey, congrats, man.
Congratulations,
That's
bro.
a fucking awesome, dude. Congrats to you.
Congratulations.
Man, shout out to you, dude, for sure. What were some deals you took advantage of? I bought a lot of stuff. I bought some clothes for my family for Christmas.
Nice.
I'm gonna keep it a stack, man. I didn't really do too much for Black Friday or Cyber Monday personally. I mean, what about you guys?
I didn't really buy anything but Christmas gifts for the kids.
Yeah,
For myself,
didn't.
I didn't do anything. Yeah.
Same here. I just bought some stuff that would be good Christmas presents, and yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Nice. All
Really.
right. What about y'all in the chat? Let us know. Okay. Shout out to Bari saying, why can't anyone at Microsoft and Xbox be on the same page when it comes to the messaging of Xbox? Referring to the Tim Stewart and Phil Spencer thing, I'm assuming. One executive says something while the other says something completely different. Oh, what a bot. Happy holidays. Happy holidays to you, man. Shout out to you. Shout out to that What's Up PlayStation, you and Persona, my boys. Yeah, so we covered that topic. All right, hold on. Let me get on my fucking soapbox. So No Envy Gaming, I was debating whether or not I was going to bring this up because this shit had pissed me off. Well, yeah, it pissed me off last week, right? So Scream 7 becoming a reboot after the firing of Marissa Barrera and the departure of Jenna Ortega. So last week, I was minding my whole ass business, dude. I was at work, scrolling through Twitter, sitting next to my boys, right? Or sitting next to my coworkers, that is. And it was near the end of the day. I was like, finally, I can get out of here, go home and lay down as God intended me to do, right? And as I'm scrolling, I see Melissa Barrera fired for support of Palestinians. And I literally said, literally was like, what the fuck? Super loud in the room. My coworkers both looked at me like, dude. And I was just like, don't speak to me right now. And I scrolled through and Melissa got fired. So Melissa Barrera she plays the main character. She plays Sam Carpenter, who is the lead essentially for Scream 5, was the lead for Scream 6, and was supposed to be the lead for Scream 7, right? So she got fired for supporting Palestine. And then she was on her Instagram. She was like, listen, I said what I fucking said. And I don't regret it, okay, bitch? Basically, that's what she said, right? She was like, listen, suck my dick, okay? You fired me, I'm still gonna speak. You're not gonna censor me, all right? So, she got fired for that, and I was super annoyed. I was like, bro, For real, like seriously. And ever since that happened, a shit ton of fucking conspiracy theories have come out. A bunch of information has come out, contrasting information. We don't know what the hell actually happened. Some sources say she got fired a month ago and they're just letting us know now. Some other people say like, oh no, they let her go and we're just like, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, bro. And then, you know, me, I was just kind of like, bitch, Jenna better fucking back out. I swear to God, you know, like I was like, listen, Jenna, use your power. Use your power. You have the power. You are Hollywood's it girl right now. Back out. And you know what? Less than 12 hours later, Jenna Ortega will also not be in Scream 7. I was like, okay, there we fucking go. Jenna plays Melissa Barrera's character's little sister. I was like, listen, thank you. All right. So Jenna and Melissa are out. I was like, okay. So I was, pissed about Melissa being fired, but happy that Jenna was like, I'm out of here too. All right. So first Jenna's team came out and they were like, yeah, it's scheduling conflicts. She couldn't make it because Jenna Ortega, aka Hollywood's it girl, she's booked and busy. All right, she's booked and fucking busy. You know, she's got Miller's Girl, she's got Beetlejuice 2. You know, she's got Wednesday season 2. Bitch, you know what I'm saying? Like she's booked and busy because she's it girl. Anyway, but that didn't make any sense because a month ago, you know, mid-October, an article came out where Jenna's like, her team comes out and they say no, she's committed to coming back for Scream 7. Season 2 of Wednesday was going to film 2 months after Scream 7, right? Started filming, right? And they don't need a long time to film. So she could have been in the fucking movie, all right? So, you know, scheduling conflicts, bullshit, okay? Bullshit. But then some more information came out and they were just like, actually, she was never signed on for the film because she asked for more money and Spyglass, they're the ones who head the Scream franchise currently. They're like, fuck no, we're not paying you because we're cheap bastards. We're cheap fucking bastards. Mind you, these movies are super cheap to make. Scream 6 was made for $35 million. They made $162 million, okay? And then it's revealed that they paid the stars fucking 6 figures. 6 figures? Nev Campbell made $4 million for Scream 4. I think it was between $3 or $4 million for Scream 4. Okay? So the fact that they were paying them under $1 million is fucking egregious. Jenna's team's like, she gets more money. She's Jenna fucking Ortega. You can't tell me that people didn't go and see Scream 6 because Jenna was in it, right? I went to go see Scream 6 because Jenna was in it. Okay? So I was like, bro, what the fuck? Of course she has that draw right now. You know what I'm saying? So her being in the movie is a draw for. So anyway, pay her. But then it's like, then we get some more articles coming out where it's like, so yeah, actually, even though they said in fucking the middle of October that she was going to be there, actually, she was never actually signed on, and she didn't say she was going to be there months before. So then there's a conspiracy where they're like, okay, I think they made up a reason to fire Melissa because Jenna wasn't going to be there. So it's like, okay, Jenna can't be here. We don't need Melissa then, even though Melissa was the main fucking character, main star in these fucking films, right? You know, they were like, we don't need Melissa, so we're going to fucking fire her and make up some bullshit reason. That's what people are saying. That's the other conspiracy. I'm over here scratching my head like, what is the fucking truth, dude? Like, what is the truth? Then we're getting stuff where it's like, oh, we want Nev Campbell back. We want Nev Campbell back. Mind you, because they did not want to pay this woman her due. They also did not want to pay Sydney fucking Prescott. They did not want to pay Nev Campbell what she was due. What do you know Nev Campbell from? Scream. That's it. That's fucking it, dude. I mean, of course, there's other things Slomo will say, but her main thing is Scream, right? So yeah. I'm like, yeah, so, you know, fucking Nev Campbell's like, bitch, you're not going to fucking pay me pennies when I make y'all money, okay? And I was like, yeah, fucking queen, exactly. All right. So there's reports where they're like, on their wish list, they want to get Nev Campbell and Patrick Dempsey back. And honestly speaking, to make the story even close to remotely working, they need to get Nev back. Okay, they need to get Nev back because honestly speaking, they set Scream 5 and 6 around Tara and Sam, aka Melissa and Jenna. And then they had like that continuation, that implied continuation for 7, right? So You gotta get Nev back in order to make 7 work. But then we get another fucking article in which the head of Spyglass was actually like, we didn't need Nev. We don't need Jenna. We're gonna just reboot the fucking franchise. Well, he didn't say that part about rebooting. He just said we don't need Nev, we don't need Jenna. And people are speculating that they're gonna reboot the franchise, which would be a fucking huge mistake. Somo, did you know there was a Scream TV show?
Yeah.
Did the Scream TV show work, Somo?
No.
Okay. You can't reboot the most... Scream is the most consistent fucking horror franchise other than Evil Dead, right? So you cannot fucking reboot. You can't reboot Scream because unlike with Evil Dead, where it worked for the 2013 and then Evil Dead Rise, both fire fucking movies, right? Mm-hmm. Scream has always followed the same fucking characters. So you're gonna do a Scream 7 without, if you don't get Nev back, which that girl, what he said about you, have some self-respect, have some integrity, and I think she does, because she was like, you're not about to pay me pennies, okay? She said that first time. I think she has that self-respect. Girl, he said he didn't actually need you, so don't come back. They be like, okay, you don't need me, then continue to not need me, suck my dick. Exactly, right? She should say that. But like, they want to reboot the franchise allegedly, and I'm just like, okay, cool. And I feel like they're just going to continue trying to make these movies for a quick buck, but I'm just like, I need you to be so fucking serious. Like, you're not going to get as much money as you did for Scream 7 as you did for Scream 6. Okay? It's just not going to happen. I need them to start being a little less delusional and more realistic. But that being said, they can still turn a profit, and I think now, mind you, there are some issues that go with that, okay? They want to get this filming in 2024. They don't have a script because they lost the 2 lead characters. They don't have a script. But they want to start filming in early 2024 to be out in 2025. So I was talking to Somo about this. I was like, if they could make a good story, it could work. It just in the sense that it's like the story would have to be really, really good. Someone's like, bitch, they're going to rush the story. I'm like, damn, true, real. So good luck. I'm sorry to say it. I really do think it is more word of mouth when it comes to movies at this point. My friends saying, or people I respect or I'm cool with, or at least respect their movie opinions, right? If they're like, this movie's fire, this movie's awesome, if I see enough people say that, I'm gonna go see the movie, right? That new Godzilla movie, I was gonna wait, even though I like the other Godzilla movies, like and the fucking Skull Island is fucking fire, right? I enjoy the other Godzilla movies, right? I was just gonna wait, but then like Neo came through, and I've been seeing other people coming through saying 10 out of 10. I'm like, bitch, I will be seated. So I'm gonna go see Godzilla because of what people I'm cool with are saying, right? It's less so the reviewers at this point, because like me and the reviewers, I don't know, we got some beef going on, and it's more so what like the people I'm cool with, general audience is like, you know, it's what they have to say at this point. So it's word of mouth. Bro, good luck to Scream 7. What fans want, they want them to fucking sell the rights to some other studio that actually cares. That shit's not gonna happen. A Spyglass are greedy, money hungry cucks, and I hope the fucking movie fails, but it's probably not gonna. It's not gonna fail in the sense that it won't make a profit. It's just gonna fail. I mean, I don't in the sense that. I mean, maybe it won't fail. I don't know. I mean, okay, so that's how I feel about it. Yeah. What about you? What about you guys?
If it's a bad movie, it's gonna fail.
I hope it's a bad movie. Yeah.
It's probably leaning more towards it being a bad movie, considering they're rushing it. They don't have actors. They're likely not going to have any real star power because they're not trying to pay nobody, and they're trying to basically try to like get quality talent that is looking for an opportunity to break out, so to get them on the cheap. And then you got the
Well, they don't have to pay
more than
them.
likely, right? And then more than likely, the hardcore fans of the franchise are going to be a little split on actually supporting it or not. So you get the some that will just watch any Scream anything because they're into Scream, and you're going to get the other ones that are kind of pissed off about what happened and will kind of do their own kind of boycott of it on their own. So
Yeah, like
it would need to be a epically amazing movie to overcome all that.
it would need to be fucking phenomenal, dude. It would need to be fucking phenomenal. But yeah, I'm boycotting. I'm not fucking watching that shit. Fuck them. Fuck you. How dare you say that you don't need Nev and you don't need Jenna? You know why you didn't need Nev? Because you had Jenna. Turn it on. Turn it on. Turn your fucking brain on, you stupid fuck. You didn't need Nev because you had Jenna Ortega. You got Jenna Ortega. Scream 6 came out a few months after Wednesday. Blew up. Scream 6 did. You cannot fucking tell me Scream 6 didn't do as well as it did. You can't fucking tell me Jenna had no part in why it did so well. I saw that shit 3 times in theaters. First time was because, again, am I a Jenna Ortega fan at this point? Yes, I am. Okay, listen. I'm a support my Pookie Bear. It's just gonna happen, right? But I saw it this other 2 times because I was like, I actually really like this. Sam is my favorite character. Sam is who Melissa Barrera plays, right? Sam's my favorite character. I'm like, bro, be fucking serious, dude. I cannot believe. I mean, I can believe it because a bunch of stars have been like losing job opportunities, getting kicked from their talent agency. Susan Sarandon, Sanderson, Sarandon, Susan. I don't know what her name is, but she getting kicked from a talent agency.
Sarandon, I think.
Some chick who was part of something, I don't fucking know, but they were gonna like let her go, and Tom Cruise stepped in like, no, you're not. And of course they're gonna listen to Tom Cruise. It's Tom Cruise still has fucking star power. It's Tom fucking Cruise, dude. So of course, so a bunch of people are losing their jobs while we got cucks like Noah Schnapp saying Zionism is sexy, which is like super spooky. Like, why would you say something like that? That's just weird, dude. So anyway, you know, it sucks. It sucks. It really does. But I hope the movie is bad, and I hope it fails. Okay. I'm not holding my breath because let me tell you something. I was like scrolling through social media, and I was watching some of these videos from these Scream content creators. Spineless cucks. Okay, I'm gonna say it. Spineless fucking cucks. No morality having, no integrity having. I just want to sit and mindlessly consume media having cucks, bro. They fucking fired the lead, wouldn't pay the other leads. Like they suck, dude. They suck. So you know, like, and it's listen, I'm gonna say it's the fucking Gen Xers, dude. Okay, and I understand this is their
Hey, come on. It's not,
this.
I
understand.
the Gen Xers. There's people way older than the Gen Xers that are making these decisions.
Okay, so if I could just finish my.
Let her finish her rant, sir.
Yeah, I was saying that this film belongs to the Gen Xers. Like, you guys were in high school when it came out, stuff like that. So this film is for the Gen Xers. You know, it's their franchise, and they're the ones who I've mostly been seeing saying, we don't fucking care. I'm gonna go see it regardless. I saw this fucking Gen X cuck, right? He was like, bring Dewey back. Yeah, they should bring Dewey back to life. And
That's dumb.
yeah, they should bring Dewey back to life and have Stu in there as well. And I was just like, thank God you're not a fucking screenwriter. You suck, dude. Your ideas are trash. What do you mean bring Dewey back to life, bitch? He's dead. Like, he's dead. Okay. Anyway. Shout out to Lynch DJ saying, love the movie topics. Knew you'd have to talk about the Scream. I'm with the actors. Exactly. I'm with the fucking actors. So yes, I agree. Nev is the only one who can fix the plot holes. Sydney, the cult lead, I don't know about any of that, though. I don't know about any of that. I listen. What generation are you from? They can't stop me. Let me ask you that. What gen are you from? Okay. So anyway, I guess we'll see what happens. I definitely think that they can turn a profit. it's just not going to be as much money as they wanted, right? And if the film isn't good, the next one they do is going to make less money and then less money and so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about it. Maybe that doesn't matter because that Thanksgiving movie just came out and it was made for 15 million and it made 30 million. And they're like, yeah, we're doing a Thanksgiving too, Eli Roth. And I'm just like, okay. So I think I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. I think they're just gonna keep making these movies to make some just cheap bucks. But that I'm just kind of like, you could make so much more money if you weren't cheap bastards, dude. Like, come on, you know? Okay, so you're one of me then. I can't imagine born in the 90s. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I agree. Also, like, first of all, it's Holly weird. They're all fucking cucks, dude. Like, you know. Anyway, but yeah, that's how I feel about it. I appreciate everyone saying we appreciate the passion and energy, Luca. Listen, I feel very strongly about this. Scream has been. I actually went back and I watched all the fucking movies. Here's my official list as of right now. I still need to rewatch Scream 2022, but right now it's okay. So my ranking for Scream after watching them twice in the recent months. So Scream 1, the original, that's just a great fucking film. All right, that shit is fucking excellent. Okay, especially after rewatching it after seeing the other ones again, I'm like, yeah, this is fire. All right, so Scream 1 and then Scream 6. Okay, Scream 4, Scream 5, which I know technically it's not Scream. I know. Scream 5, Scream 2, and then Scream 3. That's my official list as of right now. It got switched around a bit. What's your list? What's your ranking for Scream again, Slow?
I have to look at Letterboxd. I can't remember. I know I put it in there. I don't remember off the top of my head. Give me a second.
Yeah. So, have you ever seen Scream Nautical? This motherfucker is not here again. Okay.
Oh, I'm here.
I got
I was
Scream.
muted. I was muted.
I got Scream 1, Scream 2, Scream 6. Then I got Scream 4. And then I'm sorry, no, Scream 5, then Scream 4, and then the last is Scream 3.
What did you?
Yeah.
What was your first two? You said
1 and 2.
1 and 2.
Oh, okay. I thought you said something different.
Can you imagine if he said Scream 3? I'd have to kick him off.
That's what I thought he said.
I'd have to kick him off. I'd be like, you actually
no, that was Guy.
I know that was
like
Guy.
Scream 3.
He loves it.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, bro.
I was like, yeah, I don't really like Scream 3. And Di was like really passionately defending it. I was like, Di,
It's a terrible movie.
I don't care that much. Dude. I will say this. I think Roman is an excellent Ghostface. And I think the third act for Scream 3 is probably one of the best. Yeah, in terms of like a showdown between Sydney and Ghostface. That shit was fucking excellent, dude. It's just the movie as a whole is not very good.
It was so bad. It's one of those movies that momentarily kill a franchise. And it's just like, we're going to have to just let this marinate for a while. And then we'll come back to this IP when people have forgotten this disaster. So that was Scream 3, and they were just like, let's move on for a little while, and then they came back. So
yeah, I think Scream 1 came out in 1996, 1990.
I thought it was a little later. Let me double check.
Oh yeah, Scream 1 came out in 1996.
Right. Okay, and then 2 was the very next year.
Scream 3 came out.
Scream 3 was in 2000.
And then it was Scream 3 was so bad that
it's so bad.
They didn't come back for 11 years.
They
was like, we got to rethink this.
So then they came out with Scream 4, which unfortunately suffered because Scream 3 wasn't good, even though Scream 4 is a significantly better movie than Scream 3. And then since Scream 4 didn't do well, like I think it was weakest box office out of all of them, right? Since that didn't do well, they once again put it on ice, and then they came out with Scream 2022, which did well enough to get a Scream 6, and Scream 6 has made it looks like it's made the most money, but according to inflation, that would still be the earlier Screams. You know what I'm saying? So, but Scream 6 still made a lot of fucking money. So.
Well, it was in this heyday, and it was considered fresh.
Like, think about this:
idea.
Scream came out it was made for 15 million and it made 173 million. Like, you're not topping that. Especially since 6 was for 35 million and they made 163, or something like that. So anyway, yeah, like I said, I feel very passionately about this. Like, goddamn, I cannot fucking believe they fired my other Pookie Bear. Like, I was like, bro, for real? Like, come on, dude. It's so annoying. Like, I just don't like. I really like Scream 6. I really like it, and I like the Carpenter sisters. But maybe it's better this way. If Jenna really did have scheduling issues, or they really just didn't want to pay my girl, then sucks to suck, I guess. So I guess we'll see what
Yeah.
happens. And I guess we'll see if Nev. I think they need Nev. I really do. At least to get the older Scream fans to come back. You know what I'm saying? I think they need Nev to make the story work because again, Scream it is a linear progression. It is a linear fucking story, dude. So they tried to do some spin-off shit, or I don't know what the fuck they were doing with that Scream TV show, but that shit did not fucking work. I didn't even know there
It
was a
wasn't
Scream TV show.
related at all. It was done by MTV, so that just kind of tells you level of it wasn't that good.
Yeah.
But it was completely like separate from. I think I watched like maybe a little bit of like the first season, and I was just like, yo, I can't struggle through this, so I kind of let it go. But they gotta have they have to have a tie to why there's even these Ghostface like killers even occurring in the first place. If you don't have that, then it just kind of loses the narrative.
I mean, honestly speaking, I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. I'm actually shocked that there haven't been people actually trying to replicate this in real life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm shocked. So, let's go ahead and get out of here. Anyway, Scream, Saw, Final Destiny. Sixth Sense was an era of the modern day horror movies. Final Destination. I fucking love Final Destination, dude. I love that shit. I love Final Destination. That shit is, that shit
That
is
first
great.
movie was so it was so creative and so good. Just like the actual killer is death. It's like something that you can't see. And the fact that like they were all kind of doomed and didn't really come to terms with it throughout the whole movie. It was really good. I really enjoyed the first one and the second one. After
Yeah.
that, I was just kind of like,
Yeah, after that's kind of like, I
Yeah.
like what is it? Final Destination 5? I like that's man. Go watch Final Destination, guys. It's fucking fire. But anyway, we can get out of here. Before we leave, someone, what the hell, dude?
what did I do?
Jim Ryan's wrinkled, sweaty white tee. What is going on?
You don't know what this is in relation to?
I do not know what it's referring to. No.
Okay, so when Jim Ryan did the photo shoot for Sony, PlayStation, and NCSoft doing their partnership, he showed up for the photo shoot with a wrinkled white T-shirt and what looked like sweatpants and probably flip-flops on if they
That
would have
ninja
panned
is
down to
enjoying his fucking he is enjoying his
Yeah.
retirement, eh?
yeah. So like that's why my name is Jim Ryan's
Was it
wrinkled
really
sweaty white
dirty?
tee. It wasn't that dirty, but it was definitely wrinkled and was definitely just a white T-shirt. So it was like they couldn't give you a suit or something. Like they was just like, Jim, you know we taking pictures today, right? And he probably was just like, I didn't know that. I didn't know we were taking pictures. Oh well. Well, sucks to suck. I'm not going to change.
so real
Those
of him.
days are done.
But shout out to Star Child Swag, Imar bin Israel, Damien Outlaw, Mr. Dolo Gaming, DQ's Blizzard, Tevin, J Bari, Ronald, Phil, Dealer, MJ, Henry. Damn, the way y'all be changing your names on here, like. Okay. Iman, Dirk, King Metrotron, Meat Puppet, Scroat, John the Don, Lord Urenza Stone, Starbuck, Kenny, DC, Big Daddy, Smitty. Yes, did you see Smitty posting himself in like a onesie? Did you see that?
No.
Yeah. I was like, okay. And he was like, I'm just getting comfortable, Luca. I'm just like, okay. It's on Twitter if you want to go see.
I'm good.
S White, Sub Negro, Jazzy, Dominic, Sir Ducks, Sycamore, Zion, Brisky, Corey, Light Strife, PTO, Nautical Jet, No Envy Gaming, Slow Mo, Hannibal. Thank you for sending me that topic, No Envy Gaming. Let me fucking tell you something, like, bitch. That shit pissed me off so badly, bro. But anyway, shout out to everybody who hung out in the chat. Had a fucking fantastic time. Great topics. I did want to say this, Black Dragon. I was not the one deleting your messages. That was not me. That was not me. It was one of my moderators. I think you pissed off one of my moderators. So, yeah. But, you know, I'm glad you calmed it down a little bit at the end because there's only so much disrespect I'll take. You know, you going around calling me. I was about to start making shit up. I was about to start making shit up, you know. I am a liar and a gaslighter, if anything. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, Slomo, thank you so much for coming through.
Yeah, no problem.
I do like onesies, but I am a girl and I can wear a onesie and it's like, oh, that's cute. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Nautical. Bro, I appreciate you muting yourself, but you got to be a little bit faster with the button, man. Okay. Singer.
You're probably not even there right now.
Yo, what up? It is me. You can, yeah, great show. And
yeah, I
see you
appreciate
all
your
later.
passion and enthusiasm. Singer, I appreciated that.
No problem.
Damn, I need to play Sea of Stars though. That shit looks fire, bro. I keep telling myself that, but I've just been lazy. I'm not, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I commute to work, you know, so I'm out of the house for like 12, 13 hours a day, right? By the time I get home, if I'm not working out, bitch, I'm laying down. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, yeah, I'm not playing any games. I'm just gonna go to bed, you know. And it's the sacrifice that I have to make, because I have to choose my sleep and well-being over playing games. Now, some of us in the panel can't say the same thing, but I personally enjoy getting sleep. So, anyway, we just move on from that. Nautical, are you back?
Bro, I'm trying to get sleep, but you won't
Yeah,
end
I'm
the
here.
show. How about that?
First of all, you're not even going to bed. That's funny. I saw you in the group chat asking when y'all are going to play COD. You can't listen. Look at you fronting for the chat. Look at you fronting for the
talking
chat.
about?
Who he asked about COD? COD is great.
He asked this motherfucker was like, "Hey guys, you want to play Call of Duty?" in our group chat. Now he's talking about, "Hey, I'm trying to get some sleep, Luca. You won't end the show." Like, yeah, okay.
What? Slomo ain't going. Slomo gonna be up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
I'm going to sleep.
Okay, sure. Slomo, the last 2 days we played Call of Duty, we were up at 2:30 in the morning playing.
Why you gotta tell everybody? You ain't gotta say that stuff, man.
Exactly.
Well, listen, man.
Thank you for telling the truth, Nautical. Thank you for not being
Tell
a
the
capping
truth, shame
capper
the
who
devil,
caps.
man. You a gamer, man. You act like you old.
Shout out to No Envy Gaming saying getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep is much more important than gaming facts. Exactly. I agree. Like I can't listen, maybe but I cannot do a fully remote job. I'll go crazy, dude. I'll go fucking crazy. I'm not married with kids, so I don't have that distraction. You know what I'm saying? As these others do. I can't do that fucking I'd lose my mind. So
I usually still get at least 6. Like even yesterday, even when we played Call of Duty to 2 o'clock and something in the morning, I think I still got 6 hours before I had to do anything.
Damn, I'm talking mad shit about slow-mo. I'm looking at Singer though. Like, wait a second. What time? Is it like 3 in the morning right now for you?
Yeah, but that's because my clock is all fucked up. Because the way work works, the way I work, I'm up all night and then. But the funny thing is, I still get guaranteed 8 hours sleep.
Okay.
So
I can't sleep past. I can't sleep 8 hours.
It doesn't matter. Like I go to sleep and I sleep like a baby. Like you can't wake me up. My sleep is. I love sleep so much.
Exactly.
Like,
sleep is fucking fantastic, dude. I love sleep.
Have you ever slept so long where you felt tired when you woke up?
Because that has happened to me. Yes. Yeah.
Man, it's
that's definitely
ridiculous.
happened.
I was wow.
Feel a little sick. I'm not gonna fucking lie, dude.
Despite how late it may seem, but for work reasons, I am stuck in this situation. So here we are.
Okay, well, I'm glad you get some sleep though. Slow-mo, how many hours of sleep do you typically get?
None of your business. Let's move on.
I'll go ahead and let y'all know it's about between 3 to 4 hours of sleep a night, which
that's
is
not true.
Extremely unhealthy. So anyway, we can get out of here. Damn, 26 nieces and nephews. Okay,
Good God, that's a big family.
you guys
Wow.
have a big
A lot of
family.
nieces, a lot of brothers and sisters right there. The question
Yeah.
is that all on in your immediate family? So like on your side of the family and not like across your significant other side too? That's the real question. Do you have that many brothers and sisters?
All right. Ooh, I'm gonna go eat an apple. Like I need some fruit to cleanse myself.
What you do?
Man, I had some pizza today and it was
Oh,
delicious
man.
fucking also, but yeah, I need some fruit. So anyway, I will catch you
Grapes.
guys. Thank you guys for coming through. I had a great time. Love you guys so much. And I'll catch y'all later. Peace, man. I hope you guys get some sleep tonight. And I'll see you guys next week for another episode of the show. Bye. Bye. Ooh.